If I could turn back the hands, if I could turn back, if I could turn back, if I could turn back the
say you'll come. All to myself is how I want to love you. Can't see me with nobody else, and I don't know what to do. I see you pass my way each and every day. Could you stop just once is all I'm asking, 'cause I can't seem to help myself. There's something about the way you walk. Oh, I wish that we could talk, sit and cuddle in the park, gazing in each other's eyes all night. I wanna take you far away, far away, far away. Only if you say you'll come. All to myself is how I want to love you. Can't see me with nobody else, and I don't know what to do. All my friends are angry. They think I'm crazy 'cause I don't let you know about this feeling that I have for you. Something tells me that you feel the same way too. It's only a matter of time. I wanna take you far away, far away, far away. Only if you say you'll come. All to myself is how I want to love you. Can't see me with nobody else, and I don't know what to do. It's been a while though since I wanted to tell you, but I found it hard, but couldn't find the courage. And when I saw you with another clinging on your arm, I knew where to get you, so I couldn't keep my cup. I want you to keep me warm, rubbing on each other all night, all night. I wanna take you far away, far away, far away. Only if you say you'll come. All to myself is how I want to love you. Can't see me with nobody else, and I don't know what to do. I see you pass my way each and every day. Could you stop just once is all I'm asking, 'cause I can't seem to help myself. There's something about the way you walk. Oh, I wish that we could talk, or even sit and cuddle in the park, gazing in each other's eyes all night. I wanna take you far away, far away, far away. Only if you say you'll come. All to myself, oh, I want to have you. Can't see me with nobody else. I wanna love you alone. Hey, hey, oh, yeah, hey, hey.
Your hands and stamp your feet. This happens to be a treat wild treat.
It's not that I don't love you. You know how much.
before, but it's the only way I hear your voice anymore. It's ridiculous, it's been months. For some reason I just can't get over us, and I'm stronger than this. Enough is enough, no more walking around with my head down. I'm so over being blue, crying over you. And I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears, so done with wishing you were still here. Girl, I'm so sick of love songs, so sad and slow. Why can't I turn off the radio? Gotta change that calendar I have. Let's mark July 15th, because now there ain't no you. There's no more anniversary. I'm so fed up with my thoughts of you and your memory. And now every song reminds me of what used to be. And that's the reason I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears. I'm so done with wishing you were still here. Girl, I'm so sick of love songs, so sad and slow. Why can't I turn off the radio? Leave me alone. Love songs, so sad and slow. Why can't I turn off? Don't let me think about your smile. Or having my first child, I'm letting go. Turning off the radio, and I'm so sick of love songs, so tired of tears, so done with wishing you were still.
0.9 FM, a Bermuda Broadcasting Company station.
For the next 90 minutes, join Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM. Presented to you by Colonial Group International, Atlantic Global Re, Lindo's Group of Companies, Game Time, and Energize Wellness Solutions. Let's now go live in studio with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baisden.
And good afternoon and welcome to Inside Sports Talk Radio on this Monday, March 6th. I'm Ian Rollins, along with my co-host, Mr. Earl Baisden. We have a lineup today that I think our sports fans will be very pleased to hear. First of all, we have young Delray Rollins, a talented young man that's in England making a name for himself around the world with the bat and ball, as he's representing England in under 19s and, of course, playing for Sussex. His mom and father will be joining us in studio, and, of course, if you have any questions from them, you can give us a call at 292-9595. In addition to that, we have Mr. Mark Simons, the new elected president of the Bermuda Bodybuilding Federation, will be joining us in studio. He'll be discussing the goals and visions going forward for 2017. As you know, Earl, the Bodybuilding Federation is a sport that comes under a lot of reps, but I mean by reps as in, is it a sport?
Mm-hmm.
Some people, some organizations don't recognize it as a sport. I recognize it as a sport.
Yes.
And it offers a lot to a lot of people. So his team and his vision will share with us today on Inside Sports Talk Radio. In addition to that, we will have the Alpha Phi Alphas, Mr. Dwayne Keynes and a couple of his representatives will be joining us in studio. They'll be discussing a great symposium forum they'll be having this Thursday involving the clubs trying to better themselves in the community where their location is and things like this. So get people in.
Again, busy?
Again, busy.
But it was a good one. A little chilly.
Yeah?
But good.
Good. In that cool weather on Sunday?
It was cool.
You didn't feel it?
Well, you know what? Sometimes things out in order to get the job done. And I've learned to do that. It wasn't until last night that I realized that the temperature had gotten to 48, which was recorded as the lowest temperature in Bermuda ever recorded.
Ever? Really?
Ever recorded.
Oh, wow.
So, to those that were out and about doing whatever sports they were doing, all the best to you.
So you were out and about with him there?
Yeah, it's a mind over matter thing.
Mercy. So how did you enjoy the Lindos yesterday?
It was quite interesting. Quite interesting. A good bit of people taking part, both in the run and the walk. Bit challenging for some because the wind was kind of swirling at different places.
Coming from the north.
Actually, in speaking with Krista Swanik, 1 minute you're running, it's face on. The next minute it's at your back. The next minute it's coming from the side.
Wow.
So it became a challenge.
Challenges.
Yeah. So, it is what it is. You just have to fight through it.
Right.
Yeah.
Understood. Just wanted to shout out to our friend Mr. Clyde Best today. West Ham take on Chelsea.
Yeah. 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. Hopefully West Ham can do something for us for the top 4 teams in the league. Mr. Best, if you're listening, please provide something for us, like 3 points. But I'm not going to hold my breath.
Well, you got
We'll
a big
see.
win. You got a big win
On Saturday.
Yeah.
Against Arsenal.
You won the Battle of the Reds this time.
I think it's the first time we've taken the double from Arsenal since 1999. Winning
Wow.
home and away.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not bad, huh?
Not bad at all.
Well, it helps when you put Sanchez on the bench. You start and don't start to the second half. That helped me. I have no problems with that. Keep doing
Well,
that.
they're
right?
denying the rumors that it was a training,
Riff.
yeah, a
Yeah, trust
training
me.
rift between the manager and him. But
Love. We guys saw this coming like 2 months ago, right? And we were saying amongst ourselves, Sanchez is not happy at Arsenal. And you can see his body language,
yes,
his response to certain passes,
Mhm.
the effort that he was putting in, that
Mhm.
he was not on the same page with his teammates.
right.
So when the reports came out late yesterday that there was a rift,
Mm-hmm.
it didn't surprise me.
Right.
And didn't surprise the guys that we had to chat with.
Mhm.
This was 2 months ago.
Right.
Sanchez is full of energy. He goes from box to box as a striker,
Yeah.
unheard of. But we saw it coming that he's going to be leaving Arsenal. It would not surprise me that
Right.
he leaves Arsenal.
Right.
And Arsenal itself is going to be in some problems because are they going to keep Wenger? Are they going to lose Wenger? What players are going to come? What players are going to stay? So it's going to be a very interesting off-season.
I'm glad we
For
play no
Arsenal.
part in that.
Why not?
What part we play in it?
What team you support? No team.
No team.
Pick a team, man. It's all good.
Let's see. I'm a Huddersfield, Chesterfield,
I got you. I read you.
Carlisle United
I have it.
supporter.
I got it. They're
And
like
then we-
Brenton Roberts, all 18 teams.
And then we go down to West Ham, Bristol City, Walsall, and that's
so forth.
and so forth. If our youth. So
All right.
Yeah.
I got you.
Yeah.
How about a Premier League team?
let's see. We have in the Premier right now. We have PHC, Somerset Trojans.
No, that's cool. You're picking my Trojans?
Well, no. You asked me what about a Premier team.
Right.
I'm just listing off who the Premier teams
A man
are.
from St. George is picking some Trojans?
They are
Nothing
in the
wrong with
Premier,
that.
aren't they? In the Premier?
I have no
Well,
problems
not
with
my
that.
team, but you said what about the Premier? So I was just listing off the teams that were in the Premier.
Oh.
Yeah, you mean going? You mean
You're not supporting Somerset Trojans.
No. You know where
Did
I'm
you
from.
tell me
You know where I'm
last
from.
week? You're from St. George.
Thank you.
And you told me last
Born,
week.
bred, brought up, and never forget it.
Correct. But didn't you say you have little red and blue in your house?
Who?
Didn't you tell me that last week?
Okay, Mr. Rollins, I think it's time for a commercial break because obviously
I-
you need a coffee or something.
I don't drink coffee. Maybe I need one, but I don't drink coffee. But I was told you have red and blue in your
Anyone
house.
that knows me
Right.
knows full well red is not in the vocabulary, let alone in the house.
Before I started this bet, right?
Not a
For
problem.
cup match, didn't we?
Not a problem.
We had that discussion last
Yes,
week.
sir.
We
Yes,
had that
sir.
discussion,
Yes,
right?
sir. Be a lot of tears heading west on August 5th. A lot of tears.
Tears of joy, my brother.
You want to call them joy that you don't have to worry about holding on to the trophy that much longer? Whatever. Because holding the trophy is a hassle, you know.
I thought it was a cup. See, there you go.
It's a trophy. It's a cup. It'll be a thing of the past for you at the end of
2017.
August 5th. Be a
That's
thing of the past for you
2017,
holding it.
Oh,
Okay. All right.
when's the last time you raised it for victory?
Back at Wellington Oval 4 years ago.
2013.
Yeah.
Since then, you've lost it twice
Mhm.
and drawn twice.
Not a problem.
You've lost it at your home field and
Hey.
you lost it in Somerset.
How many times you lost it in Somerset?
I can't remember.
Oh,
offhand,
okay.
but we've
Okay,
lost
but you could tell me the last time we lost it in
course.
Wellington. Okay. All
Yeah,
right.
and within the last 4 years, I can. That's a good memory.
What recently happened, didn't it?
It means all my faculties are there, right?
Yes, indeed. Yes,
There you
indeed.
go. There you go. Well, yeah, folks. Our first guest will be joining us in studio, Mr. Delray Rollins. Him and his mom have been kind enough to come and join us in studio on Inside Sports Talk Radio and talk about the prolific young batsman, Millett Rollins, who in his time came up in sports as well. He played football and cricket, but I think his son's about 10 steps ahead of him.
I'm glad he's outside.
No, I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him when he comes. Yeah. He was a good athlete, but I think his son's 10 steps ahead of him. Wow. So we're going to take our first commercial break, and we're going to invite him into the studio. And if you have any questions for our guests, give them a call at 292-9595. We're going to take a commercial break, and we'll be back after this.
Inside Sports Talk Radio has been presented to you by Colonial Group International, Atlantic Global Re, Lindo's Group of Companies, Game Time, and Energize Wellness Solutions. We'll return after the break.
When we really need our health plan,
more personal choice
and more flexibility
are really important.
Sometimes we need to seek overseas providers.
For complex medical conditions or emergencies.
Colonial offers more choice of network providers than other health plans.
And case management and concierge services
work hard for you when it really counts.
Colonial, where people come first.
Call 296-3200.
CGIGroup.com.
We're featuring something really special this month, Bragg Live Food Products. Paul Bragg is the man behind the products, and during his lifetime originated health food stores, restaurants and spas, nutrition education through media, and generally laid the foundation for the enlightened way we make healthful choices when we shop for and prepare food. We've got Bragg raw organic apple cider vinegar, liquid aminos, a full spectrum protein supplement and seasoning, extra virgin olive oil, and nutritional yeast rich in B vitamins and minerals. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
Calling all players. What time is it? It's game time. Fun and dependable sports betting on NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, golf, horses, English Premier League, and more. Weekly promotions, instant win games. Be a lucky loser with our weekly draw. Become a Game Time player. Call into one of our 3 locations in Somerset, Town, or St. George's. For more details, visit gametime.bm or call 296-3222. Game Time. You play, we pay. Game Time is a socially responsible gaming establishment.
Join Power 95 for Furniture Fridays, 12:15 p.m. This 15-minute segment will provide the latest information on Ashley Furniture, Sutter Mattress Sleep Center, Decor Rest, and L1 Furniture that will allow you to design your custom living room. Take advantage of this unique opportunity to purchase your home and decor furnishings from the island's #1 furniture store. That's Furniture Friday, Fridays 12:15 on Power 95, brought to you by Big Savings Zone.
Hi, I'm Bruce Barrett, Bruce the Beverage Man. Be sure to tune in at 8:20 every Wednesday morning right here on Power 95 for Welch's Wednesday. I'll let you know where I am so that you can stop by and get a free Welch's juice and the Wednesday edition of the Royal Gazette. It's Welch's Wednesday, every Wednesday right here on Power 95.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio with Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baston.
As we mentioned before commercial break, we have young Delray Rollins in the studio with us, and his mom and dad has been so kind to join us. First of all, good afternoon to you guys. How you guys doing today? All is well?
Good.
Okay, well, first of all, welcome back home, Delray. You've had a fantastic season in 2017. What's it been like for you thus far?
A bit surreal, a bit of a cliche, but a bit surreal. Some of it hasn't really sunk in yet, especially maybe towards the end of the year. I was looking forward to the season playing with Sussex.
Speaking of towards the end, what sort of experience did you get with being against like younger people that are future test players and one day international players coming from the Europe? You don't really get that experience. What was it like for you?
That was good. Special to get both the ODI and the Test cap. Similar to the presentation of when you see the team together and everyone doing Sacco and call your name and receive it from one of the coaches. And I received mine from David Gravely in the ODI series and Mark Ramcash in the Test series. So they are both very special moments that I won't forget and stick with me for the rest of my life. Like say, future Test players, some of them have some of the Indians have been in the talk about the RPL. Some of those, some up to 16, 17, have been in the talk about getting into the RPL so early. So it was a very good experience working against some of them. But hopefully some of the boys in our team as well can be future test players and be big players.
How tall are you, first of all?
I'm roughly about 6'2".
You still growing?
I would like to think so.
Mom says, hope not. Bandit number 4 is 6'2". Feel comfortable?
Yeah, I mean, someone like KP is, I guess, someone you could sort of compare it to. Someone I watched growing up a little bit was, a very good cricketer. Some things off the field might be a bit different for him, but been a very good on the field is a very good cricketer. Someone I enjoy watching. I guess you can compare it to him a little bit.
Any ambitions? You see the Lions team was over and doing well as well, but have they talked to you about knocking on that door?
At the end of the India tour, we had meetings with every individual of the specific discipline, and then one with the air coach, and he just said messages would be relayed up to Andy Flower, who's the England Lions coach, and then finally the cricket director of England, Andrew Strauss. So some big heads who know about my performances and other people's performances in the team for that matter. So just like I said, looking to get back to Sussex and put in performances there and prove myself on that front.
When you're hearing that in that conversation, what goes through your mind? Because some of the names, obviously, the people that you wanna know who Delray Rollins is.
Well, when I got the 100 in the first game, one of the coaches said, Andrew Sherrill said to say congratulations to you and all that. So it was a little bit of contact there before that. But I don't know, really. It was just sort of motivation, really, to keep doing well.
Right.
Just like I said, going back to Sussex and performing that front is just motivation to keep doing it and be noticed in England, and to do it in England, also another hard place to play cricket, and hopefully early season I get the opportunity to do it.
Mom and Dad, obviously it's always good to see when your son or daughter does well in a sport, but there's also those times where you have to be a parent, and not everything is rosy. People only see the good side, but there are times where obviously it's got to be that challenging time when things are not going well, the player wants to either give up or go in another direction. What has those moments been like for you guys?
Well, I've never, in the whole time that Delray's been over there, he's never said he wants to change his mind or don't want to do this or don't want to do that.
Once come out.
Yes. No, hold on. Let me finish what I'm going to say.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, okay. Well, let the lady talk, because he says he said it to him. I'm never. When he first went to the UK, he wanted to come home within the first 3 months, but he was 14.
Right.
But when he went further and further into his cricket, he just stuck with it. It's not. Some people may say, okay, I'm done this for a year or so. I'm tired of this or whatever.
Right.
No. He's stuck with what he wants to be, and that's. But at the beginning, when he first went over there at 14, he hadn't gotten into it yet.
Right.
He want to come home, or can somebody come up here and be with me? But he quickly got over that, But that's the only time. That's the only time I've heard it, the negative side. And that's at the beginning.
Right.
But once he got into the cricket, once he went to Leeds, got into the academy, started playing with Sussex, he hasn't swayed away from what he wants to.
Yeah. You get their call for 4 o'clock Bermuda time, which is 8 o'clock England time. I'm wondering, why my iPad's going out the zone? See if my son called me and says, Daddy, I want to come in. But 99.9% of the people actually go to it, the students or
parents
children,
miss your children.
Yes. But what I can say is that thank God for the iPads and WhatsApps and all the new technology, modern technology, has actually kept us like we were still close.
Right.
Because you just get on there and you just see each other. We talk maybe a few hours a night, as he was getting older. Plus, I did do a lot of traveling over there too when he was younger. As he got older, I would say in the last couple of years, I'd say, hey man, you want to come back here? No, Daddy, I'm not coming back. Nope, staying where I am. Comfortable, yes. It's even teaching me how to catch the train and all that. So you know what I mean. So it's real nice to see him mature and see where he's at today, like as of the very first half. So I'm really proud of him, and I just hope he continues on and doing what he's doing.
Right, Mom. There's always a bond between mothers and sons. When did you miss it?
Well, that's kind of hard because, like my husband said, I didn't miss him that much. I missed him every day from actually being. I missed him every day from being in the house.
Right.
But because we spoke every night and having him on Facebook, back then it was Skype first, and then but actually seeing him, it was like he was there.
So you still got to watch him grow.
Still got to watch him.
Yeah.
But missed him from having him actually physically in the house and having to do certain things for him. But I still missed him, but not that much.
Daddy missed him. I ain't tell you, Daddy missed him. It was a hard decision for me to make for him, for the transition of him actually going overseas, because he came to me around the kitchen table, and like I said before, he came to me sitting on. Not only did he come to sit on, he already had his plan. He had the plan that he wanted to achieve, and man, I went, oh man, this was, was to sit back in my seat and I can't make a decision like this overnight. But at the end of the day, I did, because it wasn't about me, it was about him progressing. And look where he is today by decision making.
I must say, when Miller first heard it, he said, "Oh no, not me over there." Then I said, "Well, you don't want to wait down the road and say, oh, I wish I would have, I should have." Right? I said, "No, let him. If he can't, if he doesn't make it, he can always come back home." And plus, he lived with Bermudian people, Bermuda family, so which made it a little easier.
Delray, you remember that?
First time, he said no.
You remember that conversation sitting at the table?
Yeah, it was like you said when he said no. It was like, really? Like, seriously? But like you said, it was just, he wasn't being selfish at the time. A lot of people could have been selfish there and said no, and thankfully, it's paid off, 5 years later. And also allowed me to go over there so young, allowed me to qualify to play for England. So that was another positive of going over there so young. So I was, thankful for that. And
I want to take you back to prep school. I want to take you back to prep school and you eventually becoming a leader at that school because so many other Bermudians were behind you. How much pressure did you put on yourself to make sure that those youngsters had someone of their own to look up to ensure that they have a good path to follow?
You mean in Beats?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just my whole life sort of thing. I've been a leader, I guess. Captain teams, and at Handbay I was head boy, and so I've always had, I guess, that sort of leadership role and have to have responsibility. So, but just going abroad without mom and dad so young helped it a lot more, and helped it with me take more responsibility for what I had to do. And just when I went to Beads, it was a little bit easier. Boarding school, you have a lot of people who help you, but you still have the responsibility for yourself. And then, as the year progressed, you meet more people, and I would like to say I'm a likable guy. I would like to say I was quite popular. I think you are. I would like to say I was quite popular at the school, and not only because of sport, but just because of the person I am at home. So yeah, just try to, people always say you want to create a legacy, and I just try to create some sort of legacy. I was in the best boarding house, I would say. My housemaster took to me very well. He was a very likable guy himself, and me and him got on very well, and I still speak to him to this day. So, feeding off him and the way that he carried himself and the way that he ran the boarding house, helped me to mature a little bit more. One, and venture out and try and be this sort of role model, I guess, so to speak, within the school.
Delray, what's it like? You mentioned that you matured from the age of 14 now to 19. What's it like playing at 14 as compared to 19? And my second question is, what advice would you give a 14-year-old who has an opportunity like you to take one? Would you give the same advice that you went through?
Yeah, the maturity also, you know, like they said when I was out there, I didn't want to be out there, and that is probably really maturity kicked in. You know, I really, you know, a couple of times I sit there and think like, I don't want to go home and regret this. So, you know, that was part of the growing up and becoming mature, and then also just like, you know, living. Well, I mean, like they said, I was living with Bermudians, but I was, you know, still living on my own. Parents were still funding me, so that side of things, you know, I had to, if they sent me money, I couldn't spend it all in one go. You know, my mom always used to say, don't spend it all at once, and all that side of it, you know. So there was always, you know, those little small things that you had to pay attention to. You don't realize when you're young or you're in Bermuda. You know, apparently your mama gives you, I don't know, $10 to go get some food or something. You can spend the whole $10 there. You know, if you go home, you know, you got food that night or you got lunch tomorrow. So it's just those little things, really, just maturing. And, you know, like my daddy said, I showed him the way on the train. And my sister was in London. I wanted to go and visit her. I had to figure my own way how I get there. You know, so those little things, those little life lessons and stuff that helped me to grow up a lot quicker than, I guess, most people or 14.
When are you back? When are you back to Sussex?
What if on Saturday? Saturday coming.
Hit the ground running?
Well, sorry, I fly back to England on Friday night, get in on Saturday, and back on Monday for as soon as we get back, it's fitness test and the dreaded yo-yo test and all that sort of stuff. And straight into
they've made a few inclusions in the squad over the winter months.
Yeah, some big names came in. First half of the year we have Brendan Philandman, who's overseas. It doesn't really get any bigger than that in terms of South African cricket.
Right.
Stephen Manzol, who's also coming in on a Copac 3-year deal. So, you know, he's played Test cricket and played a lot of cricket around the world. So a couple nice heads to, you know, try and pick their brains and learn from them. Hopefully get on with them really well. And years down the line, if I decide I wanted to go to South Africa, they call on them to, you know, what's the good spots to eat and all those sorts of things.
That's what cricket can do. Build relationships, build friendships, and when you go to those places, you have people that know who you are that can help you out.
Yeah, I mean that was why it was a good experience going to India, because you know, some of them, you know, we follow each other on social media now and those sorts of things. So, you know, you build friendships that you won't forget, and you make memories that you won't forget, and you have friends all around the world. You know, they might want to come to play cricket as an overseas club cricket. I guess, you know, people on the tour could be sort of that pathway for them to come over and help them, you know, sign up and play.
Well, before we go on a quick take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have Delray and his mom again in the studio. Again, give us a call at 292-9595 any questions for them. But for now, we'll take a commercial break and we'll be back after this.
Inside Sports Talk Radio has been presented to you by Colonial Group International, Atlantic Global Re, Lindo's Group of Companies, Game Time, and Energize Wellness Solutions. We'll return after the break.
Revitalize your life with wellness from Colonial. Wellness with Colonial helps you sustain a commitment to healthy living. We make wellness fun. People feel motivated, energized, and enjoy the rewards healthier living brings. Share challenges and successes with support, advice, and encouragement. And our wellness plan invites your family too. In a wellness lesson for life, a wellness plan that works. Colonial, where people come first.
Woodstock Foods have been championing the cause of healthy, pleasurable eating for more than 25 years. All along, their belief has remained the same. Keep it simple and eat because it's good. Woodstock began by manufacturing a natural organic nut butter, elegantly simple and delicious. Now they're more than 250 products strong in over 10 categories, and most of their products are USDA certified organic. This month we're featuring Woodstock frozen organic mangoes, raspberries, mixed berries, and wild blueberries. Lindo's. Why go anyplace else?
What time is it? It's game time. More opportunities to win. All your sports betting needs without the road trip. Introducing Game Time East and Game Time West. Located next to Wahoo's in St. George's and Main Road, Somerset by Somerset Cricket Club. All Game Time outlets open Monday to Friday 12 to 6, Saturdays 8:30 till 5, and Sundays 10 till 5. For more details, visit gametime.bm or call 296-3222. Game Time. We play, we pay. Game Time is a socially responsible gaming establishment.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baston.
And welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio again. If you have any questions for Talroy Rollins and his mom and dad, the number to call is 292-9595. The young lady called for Mr. Talroy Rollins, don't be ashamed. Ask me a question. But when you were coming along, you played sports, you played for PAT, you played football, you did cricket, things of that sort. I was telling Earl during the show that you were a great athlete coming along, and so was your wife, but Talroy is like 10 paces ahead of you. Maybe 20.
Maybe 30.
I didn't say that, but you did. Where does he get this athleticism from?
Well, I will put it to you this way. I played it as a hobby. My son took it. This is a joy. This is what he did. So there's a difference in being a professional than just somebody that just wants to play the game. As you know, Earl, role player. Football, cricket, and NBA player. But I stopped at an early age. My son started at an early age and continued in. Yeah, I play all sorts of sports. I still play softball now. But, yeah, I get there. I do the pitching.
You took the easy position.
Yeah, I took the easy position. Age. But
just a number, buddy.
Yep. But yeah, it's he has taken it through leaps and bounds, and I'm really proud of him because of the fact that the opportunities that presented today wasn't really presented back in our time because I guess because of he didn't really have any links to the outside world like we do today. He took full advantage of it. I supported him 200%, as I would say. Still support him, and I'll still support him even when he gets to the next level. That's my job. I just signed up for it, but he came as my son. I did everything in my power to make sure that he succeeds.
As a mom and dad, how do you feel when you see his stats against his team, 19 chefs out all his teams? Populations in the world.
Well, as you know, they were like 9.5 hours ahead of Bermuda. At the end, 10 hours ahead because I was actually provided for his test series. I was actually provided, and I actually was up. Myself and his goal partner, we were actually up all night, fighting sleep. Especially when he was betting, he was, I think, when he made 140. And the scorecard was saying, how much is it worth? I was saying, hang on. I knew you were asleep, so we was like, badly trying to see what's happening. But at the end of the day, it was really a pleasure. And to know that he was, my son was like, I'm saying, wow, this on 37. This on 50. Yes, he can't hear me enough, but I know he could feel my presence as he was going along because I told him that every game that he plays, I'm actually staying up all night. A couple of times I'm actually where I work to, we have a parade sometimes in the morning. And one morning I went to my boss and said, sorry sir for being late, but my son just moved to Central. And
so you parade all night.
Yeah, so I was up all night and I got work late, and we made a little joke about it, but hey, it's so nice to see him progress and still progress, like without us actually being there. Because it's a lot of times it's more harder for somebody to progress without their family than when their family are. I had a pet. I would not go from work at 5, go home, get my supper, get ready for work the next day, get in my bed and go to sleep. At 7 o'clock, no. I automatically woke up at 11:45 every night. And Earl would know because I was texting.
We were texting all through the night.
but it was just something I even told my mom, and my oldest daughter, she done the same thing. She said, Mom, I'm going to get a nap so I can be up. And she said the first game Riddell scored 107. She said it was somewhere in the morning. She says, I want you to go outside and run around the neighborhood. She said she was in her house. Everybody, the only one, my middle daughter, she's into cricket, but she'll just get the information from us. But my oldest daughter and myself and my husband, when he was on the island, we were up. iPad right here, take a nap, pop up, every hour on the hour. So at 2 o'clock in the afternoon at work, I was.
But it was all for a good cause.
It was, and it was just automatic to do.
I spent a lot of time, well, especially when the game was over, I'd send him a message, just, encouraging, look forward to either bat long or now's the time to shine. Because my thing is, people need encouragement. No matter when it's good or bad, they just need to know that, hey, somebody is paying attention to what I'm doing. And it kind of encourages. I don't know if that's how you was feeling.
Yeah, no, it did help definitely, especially when you go on an overseas tour, if it was just in England, it would have been a bit different, because obviously we would have had the support of more English fans. Right. We had a few that went out there, their parents went out there, but definitely when you're on an overseas tour, it helps a lot more, because you don't have as much support as, and when you get kind messages on, like Facebook and Twitter and, WhatsApp, and you hear your parents are staying up all night and stuff. So it's just, it just drives you to, it just drove me to do better, and I guess, that's what helped with me a little bit.
We had a family, well, my husband, myself, my daughters, and my son, on a family WhatsApp group. Right. So before he would go to his game, we'll all send a message. Good game, and then my daughters would tell me, yes, what's your favorite word? What I'm going to say? Good luck, yes, and then Shalane will put up a thumbs up, and
Right.
And then we'll watch the game, and then once the game is over, somehow in the morning we'll send another message, and once he looked at his phone, he got it, so we were still,
it's a communication.
And his sisters and everybody was good.
To be honest with you, his first century that he got, when he got his cap, his first cap debut, I have been working so much that when I did go in, it was like this understand. I think the last one I remember, he was on like 40, I believe. My wife said, I just on 40, then next thing I knew, she said, it's on 100. So I jumped up right in there. What? Because I had been, like you said, working, and I had very little sleep. Like it's been a lot of work around the house, taxi and whatnot. So, but it was a pleasure, man. I forgot about tiredness after that.
Quickly.
It was really, I said, wow. Yeah, the phone calls are coming in. The early morning people watching.
Imagine what my phone was like.
It was being blurred. All the school bars were hitting up. All the members and family and friends.
You couldn't walk down the street. Yeah. My daughters would come in and say, "Since I came up to today, I've never seen him before. I didn't know Delray was my brother."
Everybody knows everybody.
Yeah, I was even receiving phone calls at the job.
Everybody just walking down the street. Congratulations on your son.
Imagine how my line was.
What's interesting about it is that, yes, comedians are very proud of him. They're very proud of his mother and father. They couldn't believe him in that. I think that's why he most accolades come to all three of them. Because even when I talked to Earl about it, when we did the website, I see his name, I'm saying, wow, that is so cool. Hey, I know his dad, I school his dad. Hey, I know his mom. At his age,
I think that also makes it special for me as well. Like when they was writing the articles, like especially on Cricket Info saying like Bermuda born, like it just makes it puts it into perspective a little bit. Like what can actually happen. If you once Bermudians get in that sort of professional environment, and I think that's what it was for me really, and it was almost a little bit of inspiration again. Like even though I was there, but it was like. I remember sitting, I didn't have a roommate or something. My roommate was sick, so he was in another room one time. And I was just sitting there and thinking to myself, like, how did you get this? Like, what? what are you doing? Like, you're really, in India playing cricket for England. Like, it's
almost like I'm gonna wake up in a minute.
Right, like it's just like, you have those dreams, and you're like, you might have been driving a fast car or something, and you wake up and you're like, man, I thought, I was. But then, like, I'm sitting there saying, watching TV, and I'm like, this is really happening. Like, this is like, what have I done to deserve this or something? And just looking back on it, I guess it was the hard work and the sort of sacrifices. So
we don't have much time left because, of course, we have more guests on the show. But before we wrap up, what are your expectations for 2017? You return on Saturday, you fly out Friday, return on Saturday, and you wait for Sussex. What are your expectations for 2017?
Take every opportunity I get, really. I live with the assistant coach out there, and he just says, you'll get an opportunity in pre-season, and knowing that, you just know that when you do get it, you have to take it. We have a couple injuries in the squad. Maybe some people aren't fully fit, so won't feature in pre-season. But if I get that opportunity from them, and if I score 70, 80, 100 plus, and chip in for a couple wickets, then I see no reason why I play the first couple games of the year or the white ball season. So yeah, just take that opportunity as a cricketer, and hopefully grow myself as a person as well. There's a lot of things outside of the game that help the PCA, the Players Cricket Association, have a lot of things going on that help you to do things while you're off the field, or sort of school while you're not doing that, so, university and stuff like that. So just try to grow as a person and keep going and keep making these two proud, and hopefully my sister and my sisters and the country as well. So that's really it.
I want to wish you all the best. We'll be looking out for you. Thank God it's only 4 hours ahead. But I'm looking forward to an interesting season with you at Sussex, whether it be in the first team, hopefully in that first team. But if not, you could plug in away in the second team and then get that opportunity, like you say. Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, just I know the opportunity will come. I know somewhere along the line I'll do well if I'm not in the first, like you say, in the second. And, the opportunity will come. Just like I said about taking it. We'll never know. It might be when these two, hopefully come up in the summer, and that'll be another special moment. Them seeing me play first class cricket in England. They'll be saying it'll be special for them, but I think it'll be more special for me, because if I had a son or something, I'll just thinking about how it would feel for me, and just it'll be unreal. So.
I'm good. Final wrap ups, but
real quick, I must say, after having sort of forbidden, it's by your side. Every time I went to play sports, for the cricket, my son was with me. And for him to come and say, okay, they want to go. No, it didn't. No, it didn't. But like I said, at the end of the day, after talking to my wife, she was like, and I actually ended up, making the decision. It wasn't hard. Afterwards, now looking back, it was probably one of the best decisions I've made for my son to progress the way he did.
I reckon that's the best one you made in your life.
Could be.
Well, I'm gonna ride off of what Mehmet said. My thought when Delray first came to New Zealand, and only because I played sports, I traveled, but I never got the opportunity to be there. Well, I had the opportunity, but I got to. Even to go away to school. Mom kept saying, you want to go, I was in Charles or Thomas Weir back then, So, but then he talked to us and told us about what he wanted to do. So I said, after, Delray left, I said, no, that's a good opportunity. You might not get it again, and you don't want to 2 years down the road say, I wish I would have. And like I said before, you can always come back if it didn't work. So, but I'm glad. I was glad from the beginning when he said, okay, let's try it. I was excited because I knew that it would help him, plus open up doors for him. Because Bermuda's too small and England is huge.
Too big.
So I was glad that we all agreed, and it was kind of sad when he used to call me and crying, but I kept saying, you went over there for a reason, but don't don't shut the reason down just because you miss us. Somebody will come and visit, and then my daughters will go every now and then. Then when my second daughter went to school, she actually lived with me, which made it easier. And then actually she was by herself in these service. So it got easier and easier. So don't give up on what you're the one that wanted to go.
Right. My brother was the one that helped me, I must say, because I called him, and then he was calling this, we out this other morning, Bermuda time. And I called him one day, I said, listen, what happened? He said, when I was out there, Mom and Daddy told me, tough it up. And I had to go back and say, well, this is what it's going to do, tough it up, which he did. And, but now if you ask him, Crash news, no Daddy, no, I'm still right where I am. Come for vacation, that's it.
I don't have a problem there when it comes to club match anyway.
I already tell people, if you missed it in 2014, you'll never see it again.
That's right. You did. So, well, thanks for joining us here on Inside Sports Talk Radio. We wish you all the best, and of course, we'll be in touch with you for the rest of the year 2017 and beyond. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure.
All right, not a problem. We're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have the Alpha Fly Alphas, Dwayne Keynes, and the rest of this team join us in the studio. We'll be back after this.
Inside Sports Talk Radio has been presented to you by Colonial Group International, Atlantic Global Re, Windows Group of Companies, and Energize Wellness Solutions. We'll return after the break.
Our lives are busier and more complicated, so you need a health plan that's easy to use, like Premier Health.
Registered local providers can check your cover and file claims online.
Enrollment is online too.
70% of claims are made in-house.
With Colonial, it can be less complicated.
Less paperwork.
And your provider's bill can be paid quickly.
96% of claims are settled in 5 days.
Colonial, where people come first.
Call 296-3200.
CGIGroup.com.
We're featuring something really special this month. Bragg Live Food Products. Paul Bragg is the man behind the products, and during his lifetime originated health food stores, restaurants and spas, nutrition education through media, and generally laid the foundation for the enlightened way we make healthful choices when we shop for and prepare food. We've got Bragg raw organic apple cider vinegar, liquid aminos, a full spectrum protein supplement and seasoning, extra virgin olive oil, and nutritional yeast rich in B vitamins and minerals. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
Calling all players. What time is it? It's game time. Fun and dependable sports betting on NFL, NBA, Major League Baseball, golf, horses, English Premier League, and more. Weekly promotions. Instant win games. Be a lucky loser with our weekly draw. Become a game time player. Calling to one of our 3 locations in Somerset, Town, or St. George's. For more details, visit GameTime.bm or call 296-342. Game Time. You play, we play. Game Time is a socially responsible gaming establishment.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baston.
Well, welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. We just finished with young Darray Rollins, his mom and his dad, and I think the sky's the limit for this youngster and anyone that wants to follow in his footsteps. He is open to all sorts of communication as far as giving advice, telling people about his experiences, and one young man that I think will go a long way, both on and off the field. We talk a lot about how young men in Bermuda need role models, need guidance, and without a doubt, as a 19-year-old, he's one of those candidates to be a leader of what we can offer in the future as far as Bermuda. Now he may don a England jersey to play international cricket, but we have to remember where he's from, and we help to produce of sorts where he is today. So Ian, it was good to have Darray in and his mom and dad to talk about just those things, what the struggle was like from the home side and what the struggle was like from the cricket side. But we often talk about the small things, when the small thing is the one that can actually break everything.
That's true.
When he was calling him, talking about, I don't like it here, sometimes you have to be tough and you have to say, well, as his dad said, tough it out.
Tough it out. What's interesting, his dad is still working hard. He's doing his day job, and he was out yesterday driving taxi. So I saw him at Belmont, and hey, he says, I'm working for my son.
No,
and that brother? No.
In studio. In studio, we have two gentlemen. First of all, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to your listeners.
Wow. You have a very interesting, I want to say, conversation coming up on Wednesday evening, is it? Thursday evening at Cedar Bridge?
At Cedar Bridge in the cafeteria.
Okay. What is the aim and goal of the conversation that your organization wants to have with the sporting public?
First of all, let me say thank you for both of you. You gentlemen have actually really represented the island in keeping sports on the forefront of everybody's minds. I had the opportunity to listen to the interview, and profound interview. I mean, I was inspired just listening to him and watching his progression. It certainly is a beautiful thing to be a part of as a Bermudian, to see one of our sons performing at that level. He's performing for England, but we know that he's performing for Bermuda. Yes, and you can only do so much with the opportunities that you're given. And we all would be angry if he didn't take that opportunity to represent us at that level. So hats off to him, hats off to his family, and thank you, gentlemen, for creating opportunities like this for people to actually hear and talk about these sorts of opportunities. Well, I'm in with Mr. Jacoa. He's one of our newest members of our organization. 3 days in fact.
3 days.
3 days, in fact.
Wow.
And he's hit the ground running already. And
slab driver.
Well, I wouldn't say that, but certainly he's been one of the engine room behind this thing. Let me give you a bit history, what's going on, and he can kind of tell you what's going on. Our community clubs, specifically sports clubs, have been the bedrock of Bermudian sports and social activity for years, generations in fact.
Right.
And if we look at most of our sporting activities over the last, whether it be cup match, the clubs, the football trophies, it's been around our sporting clubs. Unfortunately, in the last few years, we've seen a stain on the clubs. And so what we're doing now, we're having the proverbial big conversations. Are sporting clubs still relevant? Are they creating opportunities to get revenue besides the bar? Do they have a dynamic understanding for the changes in the community? Have they made provisions for the most growing dynamic population group in Bermuda, which is people over the age of 65? How do we consider and deal with young people now who spend, particularly young boys, who spend such a high percentile of their time in sporting environments? Do we take into consideration we now have to teach them in the environments of which they show the most promise? So each club has a character, it has a texture. We're not putting everybody in the same bandwagon. We're not also saying this is what you're not doing. We're going to ask the questions and give the sporting clubs an opportunity to answer those questions, and we're going to give the community an opportunity to give them feedback.
One thing you pointed out was that caught my attention. You named off the events of male athletes regarding clubs. If you recall, Kane, when we were coming on, there were some great female teams as well.
Yes, Big Blue Machine.
Thank you.
And netballing teams.
Right, they had the Big Blue Machines had players from PAT, from Young Men Social Club, from Devonshire Recreation Club, Somerset, and so like it's also like a hidden agenda now. Where's the women's sports as well in our community? So what you're doing, I think, is going to be brought to the forefront on Thursday night. What sort? Well, you're talking about the response looking from the clubs. What sort of turnout are you expecting on Thursday night?
Well, we're expecting to have a turnout of, we would love to have as many people that can come, that can make it to definitely show up, but we want to make sure that we have a good turnout from those that support the clubs, even those that have young family members that are involved in different sporting teams. And we just want everyone to kind of get an idea of what these clubs are doing, or what they intend to do in the future, or what they really what their focus is for the youth of Bermuda, so we can see more individuals like Delray Rollins, going on to represent Bermuda from their clubs. And it would be, I feel that one of the biggest dynamics right now is that you get a lot of single parent homes, so you get the young men coming to the clubs, and that's where they bond with other fellow athletes. And we would love to get the parents' view of exactly what they want to see happen in the clubs, what they want to see happen with their children, I believe that's where we're looking to get. That's the type of people we want to come out. But also, there's a lot of people that are very passionate about their clubs. I know my dad was very passionate about North Village, and I was in, Rangers, whatever. And so we would love to get anyone that's interested and feel, that the clubs are, that's their second home, or that's where they grew up. That's, their neighborhood, spot, and we would like to get their feedback on it as well.
And also how we attract people back to the club. I remember we all know going to a football game and there's 2,000 people.
That's correct.
And 1,000 people, and everybody's looking around with shoulder to shoulder deep, everybody chewing peanuts and having a good time. We want to know what's keeping people away from it. How do we make these community clubs this vibrant hub of community activity again? What do we have to do differently? How can we not necessarily go back to the old days, but bring the good old days back, where we have the family at the center of the clubs, an activity that makes our young men and our young women grow? And how do we diversify the clubs? You know what I mean? What are some of the things we can do? And we just say that there are certain clubs doing phenomenal things. So this is not about bashing the clubs and having 2 hours where we kind of hold these guys up and skin them alive. This is, how can we make our sporting clubs better? How can we listen to what they have to say? And how do we hold people accountable? How do we hold the clubs accountable? How do we hold the family accountable? How do we hold the corporate community accountable? How do we hold everyone accountable to ensuring that our clubs get the best of us and we get the best of them?
You talk about the fact that we're not going to hold these guys and skin them alive, but there will be some people that want to come and point fingers at presidents, at clubs, and so forth. So how do you plan? I see you're down as the moderator. So how do you plan to address that? Because some people, as he said, we're going to come passionate about how things were at their club and want those days back.
Let me tell you, the difference between a symposium and a town hall meeting is, a symposium you come to learn.
Yes.
You come to listen. It's an environment of which people have information and they want information to share. We recognize that somebody coming from the audience has something to share and to give, but it's not going to be a bashing session. And one of the things we're very clear on is these gentlemen are coming to help.
Yes.
They've consented because they want to be a part of the solution. What we cannot allow is we allow accountability, but we're not going to allow somebody to personally attack a person or a club. I think people can make their point, make it passionate about clubs in general, but certainly what we're not going to create a forum and a platform for is somebody to settle the proverbial score.
I think just that comment would get more people to come out, only because most people will sit back and say, I don't want to go because that's all that's going to happen. Whereas you've made that clear that now maybe I can go and share my message, and hopefully it's communicated. Whereas I'm not going to go and sit there and watch. Say, I'll use you as an example. I'm not going to sit there and listen to Kings talk about how things were back at the club 20 years ago, and he goes on and on and on, and that's where people tend to stay away from things.
Let me tell you how we went. What we did was we solicited some dynamic people who represent a broad section of our local community clubs that were grounded in the grassroots community in Bermuda. We couldn't get everybody, but certainly we have Alfred Maybury, Somerset Cricket Club, Kenneth Neil Painter Jr., that's in George's Cricket Club, Jason Wade, the president of Southampton Rangers Sports Club, Ray Jones, Devonshire Colts, Michael Trott, Pembroke Hamilton Club, Sherwin Dill, North Village Community Club. Now, they were given questions ahead of time. The reason why we gave them questions ahead of time, not for it to be scripted. We want you to prepare an answer that is a representation of your club philosophy, that's representative of the ethos of your social club environment. You bring that to the table. Once the community or the people present hear it, they can then make an informed comment based on hearing what your club position is. So they're not coming to hear Neil Painter or Ray Jones' personal opinion.
Right.
They're coming to hear their perspective as presidents and leaders of the club and how you plan to deal with it as a collective body in terms of Devonshire Colts, Somerset Cricket Club. So these gentlemen, whilst they have vibrant, dynamic names, they're speaking on the clubs. Now, let's say somebody comes from the audience with a passionate concern, we're going to let them speak, because sometimes you can't run from passion.
Right.
But it's not going to, where I will step in as the moderator is, I'm not going to let somebody bash somebody for something that happened to their child in the past. Certainly we'll give them an opportunity if they're general, but we don't want to make it where it's personal. It's going to be live.
Yes.
Stream live. No, it's going to be on Burn News.
We're trying to get on Burn News and possibly Facebook Live.
Facebook Live.
And where's this going to be held to?
Cedar Bridge Academy in the cafeteria.
Okay.
Cedar Bridge Cafetorium. Everybody knows that. That's on Thursday. It starts at 6 p.m.
6 p.m. till
goes to 8 p.m. We're looking for everyone in the community who has a vested interest in sports and young people's development. So, by the way, Island Stats too. But I was wondering why I'm getting a side eye.
You weren't getting no side eye.
You're gonna work on your side eye.
All right, so I'm trying to get myself less where I get.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we want the community clubs to come. Anybody who's a vested interest in community development, club development. You don't have to be around football. We have the key panel. And then we have invited guests. Their job is to come and listen. So who are the sub-guests?
We have the sub-guests who we work with. I think it was
Beyond Rugby.
Beyond Rugby was one of the guests.
Anti-Doping in Sports. Coalition for Protection of Children. So people that have a network around young people in sport.
Let our listeners know that this has been under the distinguished patrons, or thought process of the Alpha Phi Alphas. And as I'm listening to this, it's a lot of work that's been put on by you guys behind the scenes. I'm going to commend you guys for doing this, because we always talk the talk, but you guys are walking. And what you're doing is outstanding, because this has been called for more than 10 or 15 years. And it's good to bring all these clubs together under one, because we're a little island from east to west. And we're having problems. Some can't travel east, some can't travel west. And it'd be nice that we can all get that family united back together again. And what you're doing on Thursday, I think is commendable.
BFA as well as consented to bring a representative just to be a part of the think tank and listen, and if the opportunity arises, to give their perspective as well. Just really quickly, as he said, it's our fraternities, this is our Alpha Week. So it started off today where we went around to all the middle schools and we did it's called Project Alpha, and basically it's responsible behavior for men around sexual behaviors, particularly around abstinence and how to make smart choices. And we've gone around today, tomorrow, and Wednesday we're going to all of the middle schools. On Thursday, we're going to do the symposium, which is around a dynamic concept around sport. On Friday, we will have all of the local high school boys are going to have a leadership breakfast. And so they get an opportunity to talk to other young Bermudian males who have actually done dynamic things in their career. It's very informal. They sit at a table, we have breakfast, and we talk about our journey. And so that's all the local high school boys, private and public. And then it ends with our signature event, which is the Black and Gold Ball, which is Saturday night at 7:45 Fairmont, Southampton. The guest speaker is the CEO of XL, Mr. Tannock. Patrick Tannock.
Patrick Tannock. Yes.
You have an action-packed weekend coming up. Week. Dealing with young people, and obviously this symposium is about our youth as well, because how we interact as adults, because I get tired of saying the same thing, how we interact as adults, our youth are watching and they're listening and they're taking their lead from those actions. So by you guys leading, hopefully others will follow in those footsteps, especially in sports, because sports is that one big thing that could unify the entire nation.
Yes.
One thing before we move on, gentlemen. Once this is done on Thursday night, you guys can obviously have a postmortem. What are you going to take from this during the postmortem? What's the next steps? I know I'm early on this question.
No, actually, very good question. Basically, what we do after all our symposiums is create. First of all, it's a think tank, and it gives individuals in a certain field an opportunity to hear in real time what the community thinks. Our goal is afterwards is for Ray Jones educated me. He said the presidents now actually have a body and they meet periodically. This is a real-time sort of survey, as it were, as how the community really feels around certain issues. They get an opportunity then to listen to the questions, also for our corporate community, also for the other organizations. This is how we feel. We will be taking notes with a view to present back the findings to the community. So when young people, parents want to know which club to send my kids to. How do I find the best place to put my child? So this is the sort of opportunity that parents can come. They have a 5-year-old son, 7-year-old son is looking to play football. I want to put him in a place where I want to make sure he's safe. You understand? They come in this form and they can listen. So we're encouraging anyone who's actively around youth. Safeguarding is a big issue right now. You guys are sportsmen, so and in the UK, everything is about safeguarding. When a child is in your environment, are they emotionally, physically, psychologically safe? So that's what we're going to talk about. Are you safeguarding young people while they're in your environment? Are they exposed to anything like drugs, alcohol, abuse in all of its forms? So safeguarding is going to be a big conversation. So we want anybody who interacts with youth or people that have a vested interest by virtue of history. You may have your family members and you see your club going down or you like where it is and you want to give your input. This is the place that we want you.
Well, gentlemen, is there anything else you'd like to add before we wrap up?
Said it all. See you Thursday, 6 o'clock.
See everyone on Thursday at 6 o'clock.
Thursday at 6 o'clock. Light refreshments will be served, and because people are coming straight after work, so light refreshments, and we have a little something, water, something cool to put down your throat until you can get home.
Okay, so again, this is at the Cedar Bridge Academy Cafetorium at 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Hosted by the Alpha Phi Alphas. 2-hour event.
2-hour event.
Involving clubs and understanding the community connection with families from the past, present, and the future going forward.
Yes, sir.
We wish you all the best, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
And keep us up to date what's going to happen going forward on this, because I think this is very productive and it will help us going forward with our communities and our clubs.
Excellent.
That's what we're all about.
Thank you so much.
See you Thursday.
And could I say just thank you to the clubs who have paved the way.
Sure.
We couldn't stand in this community without those clubs who have actually become the bedrock of our social fabric of our community. So thank you to those individuals, those men and women who paved the way for us to even have this conversation on Thursday. A lot of people who made sacrifices that we can enjoy those clubs, and certainly we want to make them proud.
Thank you. Well, we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we will have Mr. Mark Simon, the President of the Bodybuilding Federation, and Terry Thompson, the new Public Relations Officer, join us in the studio. We'll take a commercial break. We'll be back after this.
Inside Sports Talk Radio has been presented to you by Colonial Group International, Atlantic Global Re, Lindo's Group of Companies, Game Time, and Energized Wellness Solutions. We'll return after the break.
When we really need our health plan, more personal choice and more flexibility are really important. Sometimes we need to seek overseas providers
for complex medical conditions or emergencies.
Colonial offers more choice of network providers than other health plans.
And case management and concierge services
work hard for you when it really counts.
Colonial, where people come first.
Call 296-3200.
CGIGroup.com.
Woodstock Foods have been championing the cause of healthy, pleasurable eating for more than 25 years. All along, their belief has remained the same. Keep it simple and eat because it's good. Woodstock began by manufacturing a natural organic nut butter, elegantly simple and delicious. Now they're more than 250 products strong in over 10 categories, and most of their products are USDA certified organic. This month we're featuring Woodstock frozen organic mangoes, raspberries, mixed berries, and wild blueberries. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
What time is it? It's game time. More opportunities to win. All your sports betting needs without the road trip. Introducing Game Time East and Game Time West. Located next to Wahoos in St. George's and Main Road, Somerset by Somerset Cricket Club. All Game Time outlets open Monday to Friday 12 to 6, Saturdays 8:30 till 5, and Sundays 10 till 5. For more details, visit GameTime.pm or call 296-322. Game Time. We play, we pay. Game Time is a socially responsible gaming establishment.
Let's go. The Big Station is your number one choice for old school and the biggest back in the day and throwback jams. Check out Old School Fridays. Cotton Bassett and Throwback Mondays. Right here on your Big Station, Power 95, 94.9 FM.
Why help your child get to their favorite neighborhood?
First of all, we'd like to thank the previous committee or administration for their efforts and their accomplishments. And the goal of this committee, or one of the goals, is to just go from strength to strength. Like Mark said, the infrastructure is there. And this administration is committed to transparency, fairness, and providing opportunities for our athletes to advance in the sport. It's a journey. You know, it's a passion, and it's a lot of hard work involved.
And it's interesting, since you mentioned hard work, a lot of people don't understand. They think that when the show comes on, and you know, it's the one that's just after cup match, that the athletes
began by manufacturing a natural organic nut butter. Elegantly simple and delicious. Now they're more than 250 products strong in over 10 categories, and most of their products are USDA certified organic. This month we're featuring Woodstock frozen organic mangoes, raspberries, mixed berries, and wild blueberries. Lindo's, why go anyplace else?
What time is it? It's game time. More opportunities to win. All your sports betting needs without the road trip. Introducing Game Time East and Game Time West. Located next to Wahoo's in St. George's and Main Road, Somerset by Somerset Cricket Club. All Game Time outlets open Monday to Friday 12 to 6, Saturdays 8:30 till 5, and Sundays 10 till 5. For more details, visit gametime.bm or call 296-3222. Game Time. You play, we pay. Game Time is a socially responsible gaming establishment.
Now, back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Inside Sports Talk Radio on Power 95 FM with host Ian Rollins and co-host Earl Baston.
And welcome back to Inside Sports Talk Radio. Just moments ago, we had April Chowdhury, the CEO, joined us in studio for Energize Wellness Solutions. As you know, previous weeks we've been having her on the phone due to her business. She had to stay there and give us updates as we go each Monday. But she was kind enough to come and join us in studio, and we look forward to having her more often in studio.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Yeah, it's been an interesting day.
Very interesting, extended. But
yeah, extended started from the outset.
I think having allowing Delray and his family to talk was the way to start it, and regardless of how long that went on, for people to understand that this young man has a message, and his family has one as well, and to give them the opportunity to express both good and bad about how they've gone on from a young age, letting go, is something that I think works out for many.
Definitely. And it was nice to have Mr. Mark Simons and Terry Thompson representing this. Mark is the new president of Bermuda Bodybuilding Federation, and Terry Thompson, the public relations officer, joined us in studio and explained to us, hopefully, their vision of going forward in 2017 and beyond. And I also want to thank Mr. Dwayne Keynes and the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity brothers, who will be putting on a symposium Thursday night at the Cedar Bridge Academy involving our clubs and where they stand now and where they're going for the future. Trying to bring back that grassroots community service for our clubs throughout the island. You know, not just club in this part of the island or centrally or west. We want to have all clubs come on board, and I think it's going to be a good event. It's going to be held at Cedar Bridge Academy, 6 p.m.
6 p.m. on Thursday.
From 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. and Dwayne Keynes is the moderator. And again, it's put on by the Alpha Phi Alpha fraternity, so congratulations to them. And you'll be able to stream it live, I've been told, on islandstats.com.
I guess so.
Well, thank you again, and it's been a pleasure working with you today, and we look forward to having some more interesting guests come in and join us next week, Monday, on Inside Sports Talk Radio.
Yes, indeed. Looking forward to next week. It should be very interesting.
Very interesting indeed.
And we'll leave it like that.
We'll leave it just like that.
It's going to be some high-level talks about a sport that is growing old.
Definitely.
I'm sorry, the players are growing old.
Sports always older than us, and will be here after us.
Yes.
You know, so it'd be quite interesting. And again, Mr. Clyde Best, if you tuned in, we wish you all the best today as you take on Chelsea. Do me a favor, get me 3 points, and you and I will always be friends, and I may give you back your salary. Who knows?
Very good.